You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 5th meeting of the Michigan City Port Authority Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Welcome to the Michigan City Port Authority Board of Directors meeting. I call the meeting to order, and I'm looking for approval or corrections to the July 15, 2024 meeting minutes.
I make a motion to correct under the minutes the last motion for the July 15th minutes to take out the name Kim, and then a motion to approve.
What was that?
So I think it was because I had made a motion and then Chris had made a correction. It just kind of...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody second me?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Any comments? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, comments from the public. Mr. Freeze, do you have anything today?
Nothing.
Mr.
Maybe to the July 24th, is that the last meeting? Did we make a correction? 15th? I think in the body of it said that I was looking into the ownership of the yacht club. And I think it's the pavilion. That's the way it should read, because that's a separate building
Separate.
together. Probably shouldn't even say behind the yacht club, but just the pavilion on the, we won't say, West End, however you want to describe it. I think that change should be made. Then I have a small report that I'll give.
Sounds good. All right. So you're all good there?
There's a gentleman in the audience.
Mr. Borg, you have any comments today, sir?
Just a couple real quick. Kudos to Tim. Week before last, there was a boat at the 300 dock taking up the yachts, if you call them yacht, taking on water, and Tim acted real quickly to get the boat back afloat and save an environmental situation. But kudos to you, Tim, for getting that done so quickly and saving a potential mess from happening. And Socrates, a couple said that you were drilling out of your dock. Was that true?
No.
Okay. All right, I didn't think that would happen. Okay, that's really all I had.
No, there was a girl sitting down there, but it was never plugged in. It's on the line, so yeah, that's nice. Okay, Mr. Frame, reports from the Harbor Master.
All right, since last time, we did quite a bit of work leading up to the Great Lakes Grand Prix Superboat race, which was this past weekend. I have not heard an official number yet, but I want to say there was in the high 30s, the number of boats. The weather was real good. We rented a lot of we had a lot of overnight rentals, we'll put it that way. Sold a lot of gas. There were no major malfunctions related to the race. Everything seemed to go off pretty well. Traffic was not a problem. A couple years ago, the city and the Convention Visitors Bureau implemented a gate system, gate 1, 2, 3, and then they put up signage with the type sticker that you need to get through each gate. And that seems to really have alleviated a lot of confusion as to who's supposed to go where. So that worked out pretty good. An unrelated issue to the boat race, but happened on the weekend, is Saturday, one of the circuit breakers in sub-panel D out on the 800 dock failed. So that took out 12 slips. Marcus Electric came down, diagnosed the problem, and we're currently waiting on a replacement breaker for that. And as soon as that comes in, which could be tomorrow, probably Wednesday at the latest, we'll get that back up and running. And they're going to get us an extra one or two. So next time it happens, we'll have one on hand. And unless anybody has any questions, that's all I have.
Question. Were those under warranty?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
No.
I think because those are the earlier panel out there, right? When that
Yeah.
Those got put on before the rest, because that's what they had power
Yep.
during all that.
Then with the VIP passes, Mrs. Pellecki notified everybody, your board members, I appreciated that notification, coming in and get them, had them all set and ready for us. That's good, thank you.
Those events were great, by the way. Everything that I attended was really nice. They did a good job with it.
Yep. All right, anything else for Mr. Frank? No. All right, Mrs. Pelkey, Assistant Harbor Master of Administration.
Oh, the only thing I have is that we found like 20 slips for overnight renters, which meant that Leslie and the office, that we called the boaters to make sure that they weren't coming into their slips to re-rent the slips to other people. And we kept on top of it, and I said most of the people that did call, we tried to accommodate them. And it was just a busy weekend with people coming in and boaters.
Good job.
Anything else? That's it? Anybody else have anything for Ms. Pelkey? No. Mr. Ferguson, Budget Financial Oversight, review and approval of the bills to be paid.
Just like to review the bills. We've got a cover page that's got the detail, we've got some of the highlights, and it should be on the back of that is how it continues with the total. And you'll see some totals there, the whole page. But let's go back, the rest, and you can see on the back side, that's the back side. See on the back side, everything except $9,000 of this pretty big bill of $192,000. Everything except $9,000 is on this page. So if we review this page, starting with the front briefly, we'll really capture a lot, about 95%. So as we're coming down the page, you look at Elon Financial, that's credit cards. So most of these things are pretty straightforward. Coming down to about the fifth one, A1 stripping, both for Washington Park and Trail Creek. I imagine that's parking lot striping?
Yes.
I said stripping, I meant striping. Okay, lock repairs after that. Environmental, stormwater monitoring, is that an annual thing or something we do? Okay, nothing new on that. Lawn service, security, probably one of the treatment, weed treatment invoices there for about $3,800. Do you think that's it for the year, or do we have more coming? Do you have any idea? I know we've had
I think
about,
that's about it. He hasn't sent anything back
Okay.
to me yet.
and that usually totals about $25,000 a year or so in that general area. I think so.
Just depending on the weeds.
Okay, so this is just try to keep up with the weeds. MB Electric, some electric repairs, more security. We got 2 NIPSCO bills. They're different. They're 2 meters, and they come in at different times. So sometimes there's 1 bill, sometimes there are 2. These alone come up to about $23,000. But the big bill, the big invoices on the next page, the resale for fuel. This is, and you can see that is rather significant, which is good because all that comes in, we sell out. The last piece there is lawn service, just normal billings. And this sheet alone totals, you can see, $183, $251, and $65. And then there's the other $9,160, and that adds up to the total of all the invoices of the $192,411 and 80 cents. And unless there are questions, I'll make a motion to accept these as stated.
I'll second the motion.
Questions, comments? Anybody? All in favor of paying the bills?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you have anything else, Mr. Ferguson?
Not yet. Mary Ann, it's probably within a month or so, thinking about budgeting, looking at budgeting stuff, so we'll keep everybody, I'm sure she will, and I'll be probably reviewing it initially, just taking a look at it. We'll keep the board up to date.
Mr. Haynes, claims and insurance.
The only question I have off claims insurance is the storm damage report. Was there a report ever filed on that?
R&L came and
Yes.
looked. I do not have a response from them yet, but they did come out here and look at all the roofs.
Okay.
So I'll follow up with them and find out where it is, because they were gonna send us a report, but I have not seen it yet.
All right.
So I'll let you know.
There's a lot of roofs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
Well, there are roofs going on.
Too, in my neighborhood, people requesting, but they don't have any information yet. It's taking a while.
Yeah.
So that's all I know.
All right, that's it.
All right, port operations, personal marina policy. So we're coming into the seasons where we'll diminish some of our staffing because they're going back to school. So soon we will not have people Monday through Friday on the gas docks. It'll just be weekends, just because we don't have availability of people.
So what do? The office rush out, take care of stuff.
Mary Ann waves a flag.
Okay, I do. Does she have a flag?
That or she paintballs you, which one do you want? So we have that going on. The city had these guys, we supplied the water lines, put them all out there for the valves and everything, and they had officers on duty, but someone still stole 150 foot of hose, I heard. What they did with 150 foot of hose, I have no idea, but they rectified that quickly after that, but somehow that middle of the parking lot, someone got 150 foot of hose. It's just amazing to me.
Like regular lawn?
Just lawn hose, just regular lawn hose.
How much was that worth?
Yeah, $15,
Probably.
15, $20, yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Not outrageous, but it's just,
I don't think it was ours.
yeah, it might not have been, yeah, it just connected to us, but somewhere in between, but you guys spent the time doing that, so, it's nice to see our staff does us a lot of help with the Parks Department to coordinate and get things done. You know, we donate to the event and we donate our personal time too, so, I mean, I appreciate all the extra effort you guys do for that.
If it wasn't ours, how do we know it was stolen?
Because there was a report from the police.
Oh, so
I said behind Andy hiding, so he said, yeah, somehow someone stole 150.
So we didn't really suffer a loss. It's
No,
just-
it disappeared in the middle of
it
that.
might have been one of the boaters that were racing.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Narrows.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Okay,
Just don't know. Just know it came up missing in the middle of the night.
okay.
So, then also we had some correspondence that was sent to Tim. Tim, my wife and I recently completed our second annual trip up the coast of Michigan in our sailboat and back to Michigan City. Well, I've always felt appreciation for how well the NC Harbor was kept. These trips have really highlighted just how lucky we are to be in NC. Very nice to visit. Michigan City stands out as one of the most well-maintained and comfortable harbors we've visited. The sentiment is shared by many of our boaters and friends on our 800 dock as well. I just wanted to make sure that your staff know just how much we all appreciate their hard work in keeping up harbor clean and maintained. Sincerely, Craig Haney. So that's nice to.
Is that one of your aliases?
No. He forwarded it to me, so it's always nice to hear positive things.
Yep.
Because we hear the negative real quick. So that really is the only thing I have. We're just dwindling down the summer, and Oktoberfest should be the last big hurrah out here. And then it just keeps dwindling from there. So I have nothing else to go over there unless anyone has a question.
Yes, could you? That's a loaded question.
All right, Mr. Messina, Boater Communications Special Events.
Maybe bring up or ask about the Coast Guard. I know, thank you for being the minutes again. We asked them, I know Mr. Frank has called them a number of times, just so it doesn't bounce back to us, that we didn't try to notify the voters out here. If anything should come up, I'd like to have it in the minutes that we've tried every meeting we've had.
I agree. Thank you for bringing it up.
The other thing I have, talked about the ownership, once again, of the pavilion back behind what we're calling Yacht Club and the Fish Camp. Checked a little bit more into it, got the paperwork from Mr. Frame, Mrs. Pollocky, reviewed it, I'm trying to get in contact now with one of the persons that actually signed this agreement that we have, it's your 5-year agreement, to see if he can give me more update on it. Actually, the first paragraph of the whole form states that the Michigan City Port Authority leases to the yacht club that structure. If we didn't own it, we couldn't lease it.
Correct.
So that's kind of,
Joe wouldn't let us.
what's that?
Joe wouldn't let us.
Yeah, but that's, we've got into it so far, and like I said, I'm trying to get a hold of this other gentleman that actually signed the form to see if he can update me on anything more.
Do you have the dates on it? When the 5 years runs from, what's the,
Yeah, like,
to and from?
I don't recall the date, there is a date on it, yeah, that it expired.
I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I thought that there was a portion of that thing that was on Port Authority property.
Oh, yeah.
There is a portion that is on Port Authority property.
Yeah.
I don't think the whole thing is, though. Is it?
The pavilion, the entire pavilion, and the deck, and part of the dining room, and part of the kitchen.
That's all Port Authority property. Yeah.
And I think 8 parking spaces up front also belongs to us. But the land that the structure stands on does belong to us. When it was originally put up by the gentleman from the yacht club, they had their big logo and stuff on the roof, if anybody remembers that.
Oh, yeah.
Since then, we've paid to, I think, re-roof it. Port Authority paid to re-roof the building, so that's another, feather that tells me, it must belong to us if we're the ones that re-roofed it until we actually get formal. But I may have to have our attorney step in at some point, reread all this and maybe sign up another agreement.
Happy to do so.
Jan, did you ever get a form that stated that the yacht club put that up?
No.
That, for some reason, that runs
I
through.
know it was constructed
Runs through
by
my
the yacht
mind.
club members. It was constructed by the yacht.
By the members. Well, that's what I meant. We would have had to give them permission to do that if it's on our property.
You would think so, sure. And that may be somewhere too. I haven't read it on the paperwork that I have currently.
Well, that pavilion got put up in the late 70s, isn't it?
I don't remember what it was.
I want to say it was late 70s.
It may have been just a word of mouth too, that, hey, we'll put the structure up.
Well, it had to be back when the sailboat racing was still big, because that was,
Oh, sure.
back in the,
Yeah. But it's interesting to research into, and I'm still looking into it. And if I need assistance, I'll
reach out.
reach out to you first to let you know where we're at.
Sounds good.
That's about all I have. I thought the weekend was pretty good too. I thought our big parking lot here was welcomed by our voters. They did allow us to come in through the gates, through their gates and stuff if you were a boat owner or ship owner. So, seemed to work out well. I had no complaints about anything on the docks.
Can you double note that?
What's that?
All right, anything else from Mr. Messina?
There might be a building permit on file with the city.
Very good.
Maybe a what?
A building permit.
Oh,
On file.
that's a good point.
219-873-14.
Back in those days, I don't know if they did that.
Handshakes.
What's the
A
other?
lot more strict today.
Oh,
Anything else for me? If not, to
you're all good? Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, Mr. Manner, Master Planning, Special Projects, and Park Liaison.
The only thing I have to report is that we are still working with Colin on the dredging issue, and when we get more information from him on that, it'll certainly be shared with the Port Authority. That's all I have.
Fabulous. All right, Mr. Cypress, Advertising and Public Relations.
Nothing to report there. I just have compliments for everybody from the weekend. I mean, it was an awesome weekend. I think everything went off without a hitch as well. I attended the races. The races were fantastic. that helicopter pilot
Pretty cool.
was just as neat as the boats.
Yeah. He got down,
He sure
he
did.
was down in the harbor. I mean, he was down low. I mean, I lost sight of him in the harbor. And
He came right by me.
Pretty cool.
yeah, it was really, really neat.
Great weekend for the city. So that's all I got.
All right, the most exciting report of the evening, Mr. Zagnon, the attorney.
I'll try to make it exciting. I managed to get through the final 3 policies that I was looking at, the ethics policy, the electronic participation in meetings policy, and the post-accident drug testing policy. I don't think there are any changes that are needed to any of those policies, so I have no recommendations for changes to make to the board. And that's all I have.
Any new business anyone wants to bring to the table? No old business to cover. Table subjects. Mr. Freeze, thanks for coming out. Mr. Bork, thanks for coming out again.
You're welcome.
And
Again, I'm only here with the loopers that come around. There's 200 or 500 docked last week. They had like the tugboats that were converted, and they were just ranting about the condition of the arena and how much they enjoy it here. So, and really, you can step out there on any day, and you can be in any marina in the world. It looks so pretty. So,
super.
kudos to everyone.
Thank you very much. It's good to hear.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We're adjourned.
All third.
And 5:22.
Good.